Hello and good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. So we got some stuff. I was going to do the new filings in the Lori Vallow Daybell Chad Daybell case, but it would have been just too long of a live. So I'm going to split them up. I'm going to do what we've got so far on the Summer Wells case, have some chit chats about that, and then probably later on today I will do another live with the Mark Means circus that's going on. Good morning, K. Mitch. Hello, Rachel, Lori, Mariah, Story, Diana, Bella, Blue Moon. Good morning, everybody. Please hit that like button on your way in. Let everybody know that we are live. Good morning, Tanya. So what I'm going to do, you guys, is Candace Bly, whatever she wants to go by today, she finally spoke with the media, and it's very interesting. But leading up to that, I'm going to show you that interview. But leading up to that, there's a few things that I want to go over first, because I feel like the story keeps on changing with them. Hello, Missy. Good morning. Thank you for being here. I don't know if Des is going to make it. I did message her, but I haven't heard back. So I'm glad that you're here, Missy. Anything that is rude or attacking or stuff like that, please get rid of it, because we don't want that in here. Good morning, Alyssa, Sheila, Tia. Good morning, everybody. Again, please smash that like button on your way in. Let everybody know that we have gone live. Good morning, Lisa. So there's a few things, like I said, that good morning, Melissa Merriman from Kentucky. We've got people from all over here. Thank you for joining. There's a few things that I want to go over before we get into her interview, because there's a timeline here from the beginning. And there's changes in stories, etc. And I just find it alarming. Okay, let me just get this set up. Hello, Beanie. Hello, TJ Cook. Anita from Norway. Wow, hello and welcome. Good morning, Karen, Janice, Tanya, Jan. Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining. Hello, Deborah. I'm just trying to find it here. I just had it up and I don't know where it went. Okay. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show, just let me get my earphones on here so you guys don't get any feedback. Okay, so oh boy. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's try that again. I don't know why it did that, you guys. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is like one of the first times, if you guys remember, the father speaking. He was the one to call 911. And he spoke for the first time and he told us the story. So in his initial interviews, you guys, just get this out of the way here. He was saying, as you can see right here in this part here, she would never leave our hill. I think that someone snuck up and grabbed her. I don't think she's in the area because the dog goes down to the road and that's the end of the trail, but I don't know that for a fact. The way she just disappeared, she would never do that. I did have... I did have a part where, you know, his first initial interview when he said what happened, that they were planting flowers and that Summer wanted to go in the house. So the mother watched her go in the house. And then from there on, whatever happened, happened. And I want to stick to that point because then the next thing that came out was it was a little bit more added to that story when people started saying, well, wait a minute, this isn't adding up. So they added a little bit more. Then they said that Candace and the grandmother were planting flowers, that, you know, again, Summer wanted to go back in the house. So the mother walked her halfway and then watched her go in the house. Then the next story that came out was that they were planting flowers. Summer wanted to go in the house. Grandma gave her candy. Mother walked her halfway to the house and then went inside. Mother stayed outside, went for a walk, went for a run, whatever it was, fixed the mother's brace. Then the story came out that no, that's not what we meant. We were planting flowers. Grandma gave a candy. Summer wanted to go in the house. She didn't go for a run. Mother walked her now to the door. The story, you guys are going to see how it just keeps changing. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to show is this. Okay. So this is the mother now, the grandmother, Candace Harrer. She says, Hun, Sum, I, and Candace. I'm taking this as Hunter, Summer, I, and Candace. Because why would she say Hun, Sum, I, and Candace? You know, it doesn't make sense, okay? So take this as you want. Hello, Summer Dawn. Good morning, everybody coming in. Thank you for coming in. Please hit that like button on your way in and let people know that we are live. So why would she say Hun, Sum? You know how she's, instead of saying their full name, she's cutting it off. Like instead of saying Summer, Sum. Hun is this, I'm not going to say the boy's full name, but we all know who it is. Hun, Sum, I, and Candace was planting flowers right before she went missing. We came, the camper, had a piece of candy. Mom walked Summer halfway back. Now, this is going to play into leading up to what I'm going to show you with Candace's interview now with the news, because this is not what she says in the news. Okay? Yes, Lisa. If you're telling the truth does not change. This is why I'm saying this is a lie. It's continuously changing. Okay. And I didn't like it right from the beginning when the father gave a statement. This is what happened. This. How do you know? You weren't there, right? There's other things that have come to light in this video. Okay. And I'm going to hit on each and every one of them. But let's get through this first. So she says that mom walked Summer halfway back to home to see her brothers. They said she went down to her room to play and she was gone. Mom helped me statin my knee brace out 4 minutes at most. Okay, right away, 4 minutes at most. Here is the home. Here is where they were at the camper. She went in this back door over here. Here's the back door. In the aerial photo, you guys can see, you could see or hear if anybody grabbed her from this back door, if she came out that back door and anybody grabbed her, they would have heard her. Okay? Oh, you guys didn't get to see that. Let me just put it over here. Whoops. So you guys can see it. They were right here at the camper. The back door is here into this room here. If she came out here and was kidnapped, they would have heard or seen something. The way this driveway goes, you have to come around and almost go back over to here. So they would have had a clear line here, anybody coming up that driveway. They would have heard something. I just don't believe this, you guys. Okay? So she says, 4 minutes the most. There's no way that in 4 minutes this would have happened. There's no way. It is so remote out there that there is no way that this could have happened. This story also changes with the mother. The mother said 2 minutes. The grandmother saying 5 minutes. Now the knee brace is being brought into it. A candy was brought into it from the first set of stories. Okay? So 4 minutes at most. She said she had to go check on the kids and Summer has been missing science. So I'm taking that to say since. So, okay, the next one I want to show you is this. Now, True Mulaney is the sister of the 15-year-old. Okay? So once this all came out about they'd gone swimming, blah, 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 people started asking questions. They started hunting down, people that were relatives of this boy. We're not going to mention his name in here, please. So, Missy, if the name is mentioned, please delete it. Okay, Ken says, has no cadavers been taken in? Yes. Believe me that they have gone through that house and everything with cadaver dogs and everything. Police have looked and searched that house. Believe that, okay? FBI does not play. FBI is in on this too, okay? I'm just looking a little bit. Okay, so somebody asked, True Maloney, why was your brother with the family the day she went missing? The sister responds, they took him swimming, but if you ask me, I think they set him up. Tammy then asks, true, but if they dropped your brother off at 2 and Summer's brothers saw her at home after he was dropped off, how could he anything come back on him? Did her brothers go swimming that day too? No. Now here's another thing, you guys. The brothers, remember this, please, so when we get to this interview, the brothers did not go swimming with Summer and the 15-year-old. Okay? It was supposed to be, the first story was, it was Candace, Summer, and the 15-year-old that went swimming. Okay? And then she also says, wow, super sad situation. Would your brother tell you honestly what happened? Okay? True says, but I do know they came and got him in the morning to go swimming with them. They brought him home exactly at 2 o'clock. True says, Danny, yes, he would. Okay, so True is saying that the 15-year-old would say something if something's happened. Okay, keep that in mind. Tammy DeRose then says to the sister, right, I know that what I'm saying is if they dropped him off at 2 and he was nowhere around when she went missing and her brother saw her at home, they shouldn't be able to drag your brother into this at all. And then True says, if I'm being honest, Candace is a fake person. She will throw you under the bus. So apparently Candace was friends with the grandmother of the 15-year-old and this sister, True. Okay. Sherry. Everybody's saying Sherry is the 15-year-old's mother. No, it's the grandmother of the 15-year-old is Sherry. Okay. So let's not get ahead of ourselves here, you guys. So then people got to the 15-year-old's father. To clear up a rumor going around, did Candace supply your son with alcohol that day? If you were too uncomfortable to answer, respect you either way. The father of the 15-year-old replies, with a heavy heart, his mother and him have confirmed that she did give him alcohol that day. And then somebody says to the father, word of advice, do not feed anyone answers. Okay. Next, there was also this statement that came out. Okay, so somebody posted, I think she's known all along. I have credible information that Summer had purchased, Summer, it should have been Candace, had purchased twisted tea for the 15-year-old. And as we've seen, there's a video that's out there of a gentleman that lives in the area that's gone down to exactly where they were swimming, and there are twisted tea cans. This was put out long before this gentleman's video. Okay. So I kind of believe this, that she did purchase the alcohol. Now, the 15-year-old has also told family that, yes, she did purchase alcohol. Now, there's something else that I've got that I haven't seen anybody else find yet. So they are more than welcome to use that on their channels if they so wish, and we will get to that. But the 15-year-old makes another comment. Okay. Okay, she told his mom when she dropped him off that she was asleep. Okay, so pay attention to that in the video too, because in the video she states that that Summer did not go to sleep until after they dropped off Hunter. Don't forget, this comment here that we are reading was made long before Candace came out with her comment. Okay, so they brought up the twisted tea, which was found later at the camps, at the swimming hole. So I do believe that she purchased the alcohol. I do believe that what the boy said is that that Summer fell asleep in the car, but Candace is saying that didn't happen. Okay, do we know she was alive and well at that point? The boy told TBI Saturday night that when they were swimming, she had went underwater for close to a minute and he went in to grab her out. She was alert when they placed her in the car, but the drive home was a dog for him due to the alcohol. So I'm taking that to believe, you guys, that he was kind of drunk. So it's kind of foggy for him. That's what I think he means by the ride home was a dog for him. Yes, and Tolly, I have just mentioned that there is a video that was done after these comments were posted. And we do see twisted tea cans there. I seen 3. Sorry for the cough, you guys. Allergies are through the roof. There's a possibility that secondary drowning could have played a part and Mom panicked. However, when the 15-year-old boy's grandma, Sherry, asked TBI if it was a possibility with her being underwater for a little too long, TBI, his exact words were, secondary drowning isn't even a thought for us. So who really knows? Okay, so TBI is saying no. They do not think that there is a secondary drowning thing going on. Yes, Jan and everybody. Yes, I'm going to get to that. I'm just trying to stick to this for now before we jump to that video, so as we don't get confused. Okay, so next I want to show you, this is the father. Okay, I guess he was being hounded. This is the father of the 15-year-old that wants his son returned. So he hired this guy, Jeremy Duggan. Okay, so this statement, my name is Jeremy Duggan. I'm the VP of Human Aid Solutions. I have legal documentation to secure. I should have blurred that out. I'm sorry. Okay, so anyway, we're going to get out of that one. We're going to get out of that because his name's there, you guys, and I don't want to put it out there. Anyway, he says that he was hired by the father to go and get the 15-year-old, bring him back to New York because the father feared for his safety. Apparently, this person tried to get a hold of TBI. TBI wasn't working with him, wouldn't answer him, etc. So he was just going there to get Hunter, this is so hard when you're doing live, you guys, to get the child and bring him back. So next we're going to go to, okay, now without mentioning his name, I got to watch myself, you guys. This is his Facebook, and you can see, and I did this for a reason, to take out his face, but this is the 15-year-old, and this is Candace with her arm around him, and he has this as on his Facebook, as on his, I forget, the banner. This is his profile pic, and this is his banner. He's got a picture of him and Candace, and this was put up once, I believe, this incident happened. There's another picture. This is him again. I'm going to get rid of that because I thought I blurred his face out. Okay, so I went on to Candace's Facebook. Now, she has a few, but I found this, and this is from August 3rd, 2020. I do realize that, but this has been brought up in a lot of comments that I have seen, that she's bipolar. And I found this comment on her Facebook, and it's disturbing, knowing now that summer is gone. I'm not bipolar, I'm multipolar. That means I cry and laugh while I beat the shit out of you. Very disturbing to me. This is another thing she posted about herself, and I know this is December 4th, 2020. And I mean, as a mom of 4 kids, I don't know if these are things that I would be posting on my Facebook, because it does not show you in a good light. Okay. So her badass, and she's very proud of this. Okay. Name, Candace, swear word, asshole, style, no time for fools, allergic to liars, power, angel face. She tried to put on an angel face. Determination, iron will. Mental condition, dangerous. Badass level. Afterlife, heaven. Quote, don't mistake my kindness for weakness. I will F you up. Okay? And she goes, wow. Like, she's proud of this. Okay, so next, you guys, I've already showed you the house. Next, I'm going to, whoops. Next, I'm going to bring up this. So this is Warriors Path State Park. Okay. This is the area, if anybody wants to go and check it out, this is the area right here. They parked somewhere here and walked down here. So this is the area where they were swimming. Okay. Apparently there is a swimming pool, but this is the South Fork Holston River. And this is the area right here where they were swimming. Okay, so if anybody wants to go check that out, you're more than welcome. I'm told, Brenda, that it's not Duck Island. This is by the riding stables where she was. She was not on Duck Island. I believe Duck Island is over here somewhere. It's somewhere there, but it's not where they were. They were over here by the riding stables. Okay. So, with this in mind, you guys, sorry for the cough. Okay, so what I'm going to bring up now, let me just go through the comments here for a minute, you guys. Give me a second. I'm just going to look through some of these comments. Yes, don't forget to click the thumbs up, you guys. Yes, I've seen that. Nothing like photobombing their press conference. Jan, I'm not believing the whole story that the mother is telling and some of these things that are out there. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Their story has changed way too many times. The timeline has changed. Things have been added. Things are left out. And we're going to get to that right now. We're going to see. Yes. Okay, so let's get to this video. And I'm going to pause it. And I know people don't like when I do that or any other creator does that, but we have to do that for a reason. We're using this video with fair use, which means we can use it to report on, to comment on, etc., which means you can't just let the whole thing run through, okay? You can get in trouble for that, okay? So, I'm going to start this, and please let me know, you guys, that you can hear it. I've turned up the volume. We're going to watch this, and I am going to be pausing it at points so I can make commentary on it, and this is for fair use. And yes, you will see in this, she looks like she is stoned out of her mind. Okay, let's watch.
For the first time, she shares her account of what happened the night her daughter went missing, and like her husband, that she believes her 5-year-old girl was taken.
We really miss her very much. She was the angel, our blessing.
Okay, so I'm going to stop it right away, right there. As you can see, she looks like she is stoned out of her tree. And she's talking about Summer in the past tense. She's also shaking her head no. We've seen this in the Barry Morphew, okay? Yeah, her shirt's also on inside out. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that I see in here. Another thing I want to comment on is there is some stuff that's put out there regarding a Summer shaved head. Okay, and I want to address this because I think they do bring it up here in the video. Now, I want you to pay attention to one particular point, okay? She says that she shaved her head. The boys had their head shaved, and Summer wanted her head shaved the way that hers and the boys were. And that Summer even tried to shave her own head and messed up the back of it, which they had to fix. But then Dawn says that Candace turned around and shaved her head so Summer wouldn't feel bad. Well, which one is it? Did Summer want her head shaved? The reason that Summer's head was shaved, you said, was because Candace and the boys had shaved heads and she felt left out, kind of thing. She wanted her head shaved too. So why, Dawn, do you then say that Candace ended up shaving her head so Summer didn't feel bad about messing up her shaved head? Which one is it? Did Summer want her head shaved because Candace and the boys had her head shaved? Or did Candace shave her head only after Summer tried to shave her head like the boys had their head shaved and messed it up? There's another lie there, another contradiction, big red flags. So let's continue. That will be coming up. Watch for the head
Love of
shakes.
our life. She's what made our world go around.
It's been 13 days since Candace Bly and Donald Wells last saw their 5-year-old daughter, Summer.
I'm just scared that somebody's hurting her, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's.
Do you see that with the eye roll? She looks like she is right out in left field. And I do believe that she was coached by her husband as to what to say. She looks around as if when you shift your eyes like that, you're trying to recall what you're supposed to say. She's so out of it, she doesn't even catch her own contradictions. Let's continue. And like I said, you guys, I do have to take breaks like this for fair use. Commentary, fair use. So please bear with us. And watch her head shaking.
Smothers me.
As the almost 2-week-long search through the rough terrain scales back, Summer's parents say they believe someone took their daughter.
Personally, I think someone come up here and grabbed her and ran down the hill.
I think so
and
too.
threw her in a car and drove as far away as they could from this area.
Okay. That's a little telling. He is adding things to what he doesn't know. If you don't know what happened to your daughter, why are you even speculating on things like that? He's trying to get us to believe a narrative. Okay? Right. Lisa Durr. They cannot remember the lies that they have already said. She's talking in past tense. He's talking in past tense. And I'm really getting this not even about Summer. It's about me, 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 me. Okay? And I do believe that Candace was told what to say. And you see, as Candace starts to say something, Dawn will jump in. Okay? So let's continue.
I know she didn't walk away from this property by herself or off this yard by her swing.
Okay? Now, we just heard her say, I know she didn't walk off this property by herself. And then she says, a swing. Did you hear that? Wait a minute. If you thought she was in the house, why are you mentioning a swing? Let's listen to that again. Pay attention to this, you guys. Like I said, there's things that have come out in here, okay? Things that they are adding. She said in her initial statement through Dawn that they were at the trailer. First one was she watched Summer walk up to the house and go in the back door. Next was she walked her halfway. Third one here is this story here where she is going to say that she walked her right to the kitchen door, told the boys to watch her, blah, blah, blah. It keeps changing. And here, as you were going to hear right now she brings in the swing that she was almost, she's almost got it out that Summer was at a swing. How do you know that? You said you didn't see her, that you seen her walk to the house. Why are you bringing in a swing? Let's listen again.
And drove as far away as they could from this area.
I know she didn't walk away from this property by herself or off this yard by her swing. I feel in my heart that somebody has came up here and took her.
Okay? Did you hear that? From her swing. Why is she introducing now a swing? It's not making any sense, you guys. When things don't add up, it's because it's a lie. When your story keeps changing, it's because it's a lie. Right, Cassie, that's what I had just what I just said. And that is coming up in the video too. That she said that Summer wanted her head shaved because her head was shaved and the boy's head was shaved. So Summer wanted her head shaved just like theirs. Then they go on to say that Summer tried to shave her own head and messed up the back. Then Dawn turns around and says that Candace shaved her head so Summer didn't feel bad about her head shaved. So, I mean, there's a lot of inconsistencies and a lot of changed stories. Okay, so let's listen.
Has lured her away from here.
Around 6:30 in the evening on June 15th, her father called to report her missing, but he wasn't home yet from work.
Me and my mother and her were planting flowers.
Okay, so let's listen to this very carefully because she makes a lot of errors here. Her story has changed. Everybody by now knows the stories that have been told. Listen carefully to what she says now happens.
And we went in after we got done washing our hands, and she got a piece of candy from...
Okay. Now she brings in washing hands. Okay. So the last thing that was brought in was this candy. Now the thing that's being brought in is washing hands. And don't forget, also, which was added to the original story, was about the grandmother saying it took her around 4 minutes to fix her brace. Blah, blah, blah. That she watched Summer walk into the house. And then she walked her halfway. So let's see how this story has changed over and over. Let's back up a little bit so you guys can hear the whole thing.
Me and my mother and her were planting flowers. And we went in after we got done washing our hands, and she got a piece of candy from Grandma, and she wanted to go back over and see her brothers. And I said, okay, and I walked her all the way over to the porch, and I watched her walk into the kitchen where the...
Okay, so did you hear that? Now she's saying, first it was she watched her walk up and go in the kitchen. Then she said she walked her halfway. Now she's saying she walked her to the porch. Okay?
And she wanted to go back over and see her brothers. And I said, okay, and I walked her all the way over to the porch. And I watched her walk into the kitchen where the boys were watching TV. And I told the boys, I said, watch Summer.
Okay? So now she's saying, okay, she just contradicts herself right there. She says she walked her over to the porch. Now she puts herself in that house because she says the boys were in the house watching TV. How can she tell the boys to watch Summer if she is outside at the porch? Okay? So now she puts herself in that house. Too many things are changing.
I'll be back. and within 2 minutes I came back.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Let's just rewind
Watched
that.
her walk into the kitchen where the boys were watching TV. And I told the
See? She said she watched her walk in. So she's letting us think that she's at the, you know, the bottom of the stairs to the porch, whatever. Watched her go in. This is not making sense, you guys. Let's listen to that again.
and she got a piece of candy from Grandma, and she wanted to go back over and see her brothers. And I said, okay. And I walked her all the way over to the porch, and I watched her walk into the kitchen where the boys were watching TV. And I told the boys, I said, watch Summer. I'll be back. And within 2 minutes, I came back.
Okay. So, this is what she wants us to believe. She only walked Summer to the porch. She knew what the boys were doing inside, but she wasn't in there to see what they were doing. She watched Summer go into the kitchen door, but then she puts herself inside telling the boys to watch her. Okay? She then says, right, the father said the kids were in playing on the internet like they always are. She says they were in watching TV. Yeah, so and Grandma said she only walked her halfway. So there's a big contradiction right there. You can't walk her halfway and then be talking to the boys who are in the house. You can't be walking Candace only to the stair, Summer only to the stairs, to the kitchen, to the stairs going up into and watch her walk into the kitchen and yet be inside talking to the boys. Things aren't adding up. Things are not adding up. Okay? She tells the boys to watch her. Okay? But 2 minutes later, she says she came back and Summer's gone. There is no way in hell that within 2 minutes, somebody that, okay, you've seen how the house was set up, that Summer goes in, probably blah, blah, blah with her brothers for a minute, gets downstairs. It takes more than 2 minutes to get in the house, yap, yap, yap with her brothers, get downstairs, open that door. It takes more than 2 minutes. And then somebody, what? How did somebody kidnap her in 2 minutes without you guys seeing it? I call BS. Okay? This is wrong.
And I asked the boys where their sister was, and they said, she went downstairs, Mom, to play with her toys in the playroom. I said, okay. And I yelled downstairs for her a couple times.
Okay, so let's take this. Summer's outside where she can play and have a great old time, right? If we believe what Candace is saying, this does not make any sense whatsoever. If Candace is outside playing and having fun, whatever, why would she even want to go into that house? Number one, if you want us to believe that she came back out and then was abducted, she wouldn't have gone in the house to begin with, okay? You're saying she wanted to go in the house and play with her toys. Okay, if she wanted to go in the house and play with her toys, why would she come out the other door to go back outside? She would have came back up the same way she went down. You tell us, Candace, that she would never leave on her own. She doesn't like being alone outside because of the bears and the snakes. Why would she go out the basement door instead of coming back out through the kitchen where she knew you guys were? None of what you said makes sense. Why would she even go in the house to begin with, only to come back out the basement door? It does not make sense. If she wanted to go in and play with her toys, she would have been in the basement playing with her toys. She wouldn't have gone back out the basement door where within 2 minutes she played with toys, blah, 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 and went out the basement door and got kidnapped within even 4 minutes, if you go by what the grandmother is saying or what she's saying or whatever. This does not make sense. She would never have gone in to begin with. Okay? And this is what I mean. When you have to make up a lie, people like me who have worked in the legal field and investigations and stuff for a long time will find this and click on it like you wouldn't believe. Your story makes no sense. Summer would not have gone back in the house to play with her toys just to go out the basement door because she didn't want to be in there anymore. You say that you've had her terrified of these bears and snakes and whatever, so she doesn't like being out there by herself, so she wouldn't have gone out that door by herself. The father says that door is always locked, so that blows that theory out of the water that somebody came in through that door, because that door is always locked. It just doesn't make sense, you guys.
And they didn't get no answer, which was unusual because usually she always answers me.
Okay, I'm going to address these lie detector tests, okay? Because I just want to, because everybody keeps talking about these lie detectors. Number one, law enforcement has not confirmed that either of them have taken a lie detector test. They've not denied it, but they have not confirmed it, okay? The only one who has said anything that they took it is Dawn. Are we going to believe Dawn? Really? Really? I don't believe a word that comes out of his mouth or Candace's mouth at this point, okay? Mama first. Okay, I'm going to put that there because my memory is crap, so I will answer that. I want to stick to this. The only ones that have said about a lie detector and that they passed is Dawn. I don't believe a thing Dawn says, okay? Now, another thing I want to touch on is if they did take a lie detector test, it's called a polygraph. Law enforcement would have used that for many different reasons. A polygraph can give so much information, not just did they have anything to do with Summer going missing. There is so much that they can get from a polygraph, so much intel. Even though she is under the influence, because there are medications that you can take to help you pass. So even if that was done on both their parts, there's other things and other questions that they could have asked that Dawn did not prepare for, and neither did Candace, that would also give them intel. I don't want to go too in depth about that because I don't want to give heads up to anybody that is going to be taking lie detectors in the future on what's going on with them. But I'm telling you, there's other tactics used during that lie detector that is great intel for the police. There was another thing that I wanted to, whoops, crap. Sorry, you guys. Hang on a sec, you guys. There was another one here I wanted to speak on. No, I can't find it. Okay, here it is. Okay, so yes, and another thing is law enforcement would not say to you, you passed, you're good. And if they said anything, they would say, you're good to go. They're not going to give you an indication of what they got from that polygraph because they want you to keep messing up. Okay? And believe me, they are being watched 24/7. If they did not have some suspicion, they would not be watching them 24/7. They are being watched 24/7. Okay, so Mama first says, really, wow, where did you work? What field? I started when I first got into the legal field, I was working for a private investigator. I did a lot of PI work. From there, I went into family law, which I just couldn't stomach. So from family law, I went back to college and then got into criminal law. So I worked mainly in the criminal law field, private investigations. Once I retired from there, I started my own process serving and skip tracing, but still did work on request with some lawyers in the criminal law field. And I'm also in Canada. Okay, so let's get back to this. Cassandra's roller coaster journey? Absolutely. Okay, so there's a lot more to it, but you are on the right path there. There's a lot of intel that they can get from, and when they question you, some of the questions they will ask you aren't really even related to that day. They could be something from a year ago they ask you about, just to get you feeling comfortable. That's what I will say. So let's get back to this. Let's rewind just a little bit so we can remember where we were.
I said, okay. And I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer, which was unusual because usually she always answers me. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight. She was just gone.
Summer has 3 older brothers.
When they get out of line, she'd put them in line.
Her parents say she loves princesses, especially the movie Frozen, and to be outside.
She loves to dance. She would always want me. She says, "Daddy, hold my hand so I can twirl." And she would just like to twirl and twirl and twirl until my arm got tired.
She'd love to play in the mud and the water and swing on her swing and enjoy dirt.
Now, authorities are looking for the driver.
Okay, so to me, again, they are trying to cover all their bases. Oh, she loved playing in the dirt. She loved playing in the mud, but she was a princess. There's just so much here, you guys, that they're trying to cover their tracks. Okay? I do believe that it happened between 2 and 3:30 p.m. There she is. Hey, sis. I know you've not been feeling well, so it's understandable. No worries. Yes, and this is another thing. I have seen absolutely not one tear shed from their eyes over Summer being gone. That's a big telltale sign right there. So let's finish this.
Of a red Toyota Tacoma that was in the area around the time Summer went missing, and stressing that this person is a potential witness.
I've never seen this truck, and I've never heard of it until just recently. But I wish they would come forward and explain themselves. I mean, if you're not a suspect, at least come forward and say what you've seen.
No one has been named a suspect, and authorities have not ruled.
Okay, so this is kind of looking sideways because the driveway comes back out. Whoops, the driveway comes back out over here. So they are here at the end of the camper. Here's the canoe that you see in the pictures. The basement door is just in front of this canoe. So you're trying to tell me that you guys are over here planting flowers and you would not see somebody abduct her or her come out this basement door. I don't believe it for a minute. I don't believe it for a minute. I'd be crying and pleading for my daughter, looking and looking. Yep. You don't see them shed one tear. Not one. Missy, yes. The other kids apparently are still there. Okay, let's get back to this, you guys.
Ruled Summer's disappearance as an abduction, but tonight her parents have one plea.
Please find it in your heart, have mercy, and find a way of letting her go and where we can get her back.
Please bring her back home.
Okay, you see her shaking her head there? Please bring her back home. And she's shaking her head no. This, you guys, is Barry Morphew all over again. I know some people are going to be attacking me for this, but I don't care. I am saying, number one, what I've gotten from my reads on this and from this interview, the changing stories, the huge red flags, nothing they say makes sense. Nothing.
Just let her come home, please.
We miss her so much.
See that shaking of the head, how we miss her so much? And yes, the grandmother is also still there. Okay, so there's some rumors out there that the grandmother is taken off. No, the grandmother is still there on property.
Her brothers are so devastated that...
See that shaking of the head again?
They wake up every morning crying for their sister.
You see how she says that? They wake up every morning crying. You see her pull her face in so she's got that double chin, and I'm not picking on her double chin. It's almost like she's disgusted that the boys wake up crying. Let's watch that again. And you will see exactly what I mean. And when you work in the legal field and you've done PI work and stuff like that, these cops know what they are looking for. Okay? FBI don't mess around, you guys. And this is one of the things that they are going to go, what the hell? Okay? Watch what I mean when she talks about the boys waking up in the morning. She looks disgusted that the boys are waking up crying over this.
Back.
Please bring her back home.
Just let her come home, please.
We miss her so much.
Shaking her head no.
Her brothers are so devastated that they wake up every morning crying for their sister. And
do you see like the roll of the eyes? Like, okay, when you look at somebody who you're talking to, or you know, some videos, watch for any videos that you may see. And I'm not saying just of this case, where somebody is talking about something that they're like, what do you mean? They're, you know, I'm trying to think of an example off the top of my head. But she's looking like disgusted, or one eyebrow goes up. Like, the boys wake up every morning like crying and missing her. Like, it's like she's in disbelief. Like, why? Why are they missing her? Why are they, you know, it's almost like she's can't understand why they're waking up this way. Let's watch it one more time.
we miss her so much.
Shaking her head no.
Her brothers are so devastated that they wake up every morning crying.
See, crying. Like, you see how her eyebrows go up and her face is pulled in? It's like she can't understand, like, what? Why? Like, you know, when somebody tells you somebody did something really stupid and your eyebrow goes up and you go, what? Why? Do that with your face. What? Why? It's like you're in disbelief. That's what I'm getting from her. Please, you know, like.
For their sister. And as a mother, it really hurts to see your other children crying.
As a mother, it hurts to see your other children crying. What about Summer? What about how do you feel as a mother, your daughter being missing? Let's play that again.
Wake up every morning crying for their sister. And as a mother, it really hurts to see your other children crying.
Well,
Okay, so there's the interview, you guys. I am disgusted. And believe me, FBI ain't playing. They're on this. They brought behavioral science people in, everything. They're not playing. What? Lisa Stewart, net detective. Laughing. What's the laugh about? I would like to know. If you could please let us know what is funny about this. Please let us know. Lisa, what is funny about this? I'm going to wait for Lisa. I'm going to watch for the comments there because I want to know what Lisa is referring to. Net detective and laughing. I don't know what's funny about this, but let's ask her. We'll put her on blast there. Yes, I don't think, Ken, I don't think it's going to be long. Oh, it's a name that she was responding to? Oh, okay. I see that. Okay. Sorry about that, Lisa. I just thought there was something else being said there. I haven't been able to follow chat because I've been streaming this, so I'm able to see chat now. Yes. Okay. Lisa was laughing at his comment about a bra. Yeah, and you know, her shirt's on inside out. She's not wearing a bra. You think that she would have at least made herself presentable. I do believe they have. Green Ice says, why won't reporters ask about the whole day? They have. Oh, you know what I forgot to show you guys? Okay, you're going to have to just give me a second. I have to redact his name out of this so I can show it to you. Okay. Let me just redact. Hang on. You guys are going to crap your pants here. Okay, let me share my screen. I don't know why it is doing that, you guys. There we go. Okay, so here is something else that is out there. There's an interview on YouTube from the 15-year-old and his parents. I have not been able to find this. I think that's exactly what happened. Also, he states the mother, Candace, sexually assaulted, molested him after he pulled Summer from the water and that she was under for a minimum and started floating face down. Okay? So this is another thing that is out there. Now, I am searching. If anybody knows about this video, please let me know. I have seen both of the 15-year-old's parents commenting. I did show one where the father hired somebody to go and pick up the 15-year-old and bring him back to New York because the father has full custody. He was on a visit with his mother when this happened. Okay. Tracy says, whoops. Oh, I just missed that. Okay. So Tracy says, so the last one to see her was her brothers when she went down the basement passing the buck. Exactly. Oh, my sister, I hope you feel better soon. So Lori says, Willow, do you think these parents will get caught soon and tell the world where Summer is? This has been a nightmare. I think they are going to be caught. Are they going to tell everybody where Summer is? I don't think so because they are going to deny, deny, deny to the bitter end. I'm just looking through the messages here, you guys, please. That's why I slowed it down so I didn't miss, but it's still going pretty fast for me because I'm on StreamYard, so. Yes, that was another big red flag, that the oldest son didn't look up at all. Like, and the hold that he had on his son when he was making his comment just didn't sit right with me. No, a child just does not vanish, especially in a 2 to 4 minute time frame. When you think that when she goes up in the house, probably chit-chats with her brother, and I'm just assuming chit-chats and blah, blah, blah with her brothers, whatever conversation they had, because the brother said that she told them she was going to go downstairs and play with her toys. And it just doesn't seem like that's something a child would do. Okay, well, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, I'm just going to go down in the basement. I'm going to go and play with my child. That's not conversations that kids have. They just take off and they go and play, right? So to say that only 2 to 4 minutes passed and she was gone, I don't believe it for a minute. There's no way in hell. Take a couple minutes that she, you know, goes in the kitchen, probably grabs something to munch on. Who knows? You know what kids do. She's not going to run directly in, down the basement stairs and out the side door. Ain't going to happen. And even then, it takes time to get for a little girl to get through the house, down a set of stairs and everything else. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Yes, this is another thing. This is another thing that I wanted to touch on, okay? And I was just about to bring this up too. Now, there's other things that are out there online where Candace has stated, she talked to Unmasked. She stated that the grandmother was in the car with them on the drive home, took a video of Summer apparently sleeping. Okay, so the grandmother, the mother, Summer, and the 15-year-old all went now. So now the story's changed again. Now, if that's true, who the heck was at the house watching these boys? Who was watching the children at home? Now, you just blew your theory out of the water. If there was somebody laying in wait to abduct any kids, it would have been the kids that were left alone now at the house, because now you've told us that the grandmother wasn't even there. Who was there watching them? No one. They were home alone. They were home alone. And Unmasked, yes. If you haven't watched that, please head over to Unmasked and watch the questioning that she did with Candace. A lot comes out there too, you guys. I did get to see part of it. I haven't seen all of it yet, but I have seen part of it as I was sent some screenshots. If the grandmother was with Candace, this is the first we hear about it, because from the beginning, they have said that it was Candace, Summer, and the 15-year-old. Now the grandmother's thrown in there to have been on that trip with them. And she had to say that because that's who's taking the video of Summer sleeping in the back. So I don't believe that video is from that day. And if it is from that day, then the other children should be taken away because they were left at home alone. And if they were left at home alone, then that abductor that they're trying to bring into this theory would have abducted one of them or abducted all three. Come on. What's going on here? No, I don't believe that video was of that day. Don't believe it for a minute. I don't believe this either. I think that's a big crock of crap. On Facebook, it said the 15-year-old watched her drown. No, the 15-year-old said that she had gone underwater and he grabbed her and pulled her out. And then somebody said something about her throwing her in a well. Well, the 15-year-old says that no, they all left together. And I believe the 15-year-old. Please remove that comment, Maud. Sorry, Harmony. I can't just remove the comment from StreamYard, so you've been put into a timeout. I asked, please do not mention the child's name, the 15-year-old's name. So I'm sorry I put you in a timeout because I'm not given the option to just remove the comment. Yes. I do believe that law enforcement is waiting. Okay, and as you can see, law enforcement is not doing any, they're watching them 24/7. I do believe that law enforcement is sitting back and trying to gather as much as they can. Yes, way too many stories now. Mystic Fire, please respond to... I'm going through the comments the best that I can right now. I haven't even seen that comment yet. Okay, there it is. Don't jump all over me like that, please. Okay, MBW said, the night she went missing, a friend on Facebook shared they started searching. This was the first hour. I'm looking, I'm scrolling way back. Okay. I know someone that saw her in Walmart the month before she died. So there you go. I'm responding to that comment that you pointed out. And that was the month before she died. So Mystic Firefly, that was a month before she died. So Heather Ann says, when did they say they went to the store? They had milk in the back seat with Summer. They said they dropped off the 15-year-old and went home right after swimming. Right. I don't believe that video was from that day. I don't believe Green Eyes says I'm way off. I don't think I'm way off at all. To each their own opinion, I guess. Okay, so that's where I am in the comments, you guys. I'm trying to catch up as fast as I can. Missy Richmond. Oh, hi, girl. It's good to see your face. I'm going to email you, Willow. Your read on my stalker saved my life. Oh, wow. Great. I'm glad I could help you with that read, Missy. It's nice to be able to see your face, my dear. Yes, please email me and let me know. Kim said, one of the friends said they would lock her in the basement as punishment. I would think that Summer would avoid downstairs at all costs, right? If that's true that they locked her in the basement, you think that would be the last place that she would want to go, right? And not just that, you guys. If she wanted to go in the house and play with her toys, why would she go outside? She would have just stayed outside to begin with. That's why there's so many red flags in this. It's not adding up. MBW says, I live here. They are working the case. They are focusing on family. Absolutely, MBW. I agree. Kelly M., it was a month ago that she was seen at the store. Whoever put that, made the comment, they were commenting about something that happened over a month ago. And they put it there just to show some context of that Dawn got irritated with her. So yes, if the 15-year-old knew anything, he would say it to get that 50 grand, believe me. Sherry, 100%. Green Eyes, yes, I did see it. I actually put the comment up regarding the organization that went to pick up the 15-year-old. Kim Coughlin says, ME, hello, do you by chance know this family? Is there anything you can help us understand? I forget who it was now, that how that run thing came into it, but apparently she had gone on a run. Like I said, there's an interview that Unmasked did. You can check out her channel. She has it up on her channel where she asks questions and Candace answers. Candace refused to come on YouTube to do any kind of interview, so it was just basically back and forth in text, I think. I don't get this. It's being said she is the daughter of the missing sister's ex-husband, and he sent someone to get her. I don't get that. Oh, I just messed up. Yes, just like the Barry Morphew case, we were afraid they were dropping the ball on Barry, and it seems they were 110% securing evidence, yes. Especially when you can't find a body and everything is going to have to be circumstantial. They want every little piece that they can get. I said it in that case, and I'm saying it in this one. I don't believe that video in the car was of the day they went to the swim. Exactly. What did she do? Change out of her bathing suit into the tracksuit and then change into the shirt and pants, shorts when she got home? Yes, nothing is adding up. I do not believe that that video of Summer in the car is the day that she went missing. Welcome, Jessica Moon, and thank you for your subscribing to the channel. Yes, he is not happy. Yes, also, why would you escort her halfway to the house or at all the way when it's only 20 feet? They let her swim in a river by herself and slip on dangerous rocks at a waterfall, yet they escort her 20 feet? Exactly. Things are not adding up. Exactly, Mama First. Yes, thank you for masking the name. Was Hamlet meant to stay? Yes, the 15-year-old was supposed to stay that night. Okay, but he asked to be taken home, and I believe it's because of this. Okay, I'm going to share this again. Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know why it's doing that. There. So, I believe it's because of this. He was supposed to stay there that night. But there's an interview on YouTube from the 15-year-old and his parents. I have yet to be able to find that video. I think that's exactly what happened. Also, the 15-year-old stated that the mom sexually assaulted, molested him after he pulled Summer from the water, and that she was under for a minimum and started floating face down. So this is why I believe he asked to be dropped off at home because of some kind of inappropriate behavior. And yes. Hector Gorch says, Don saying he thinks she's far, far away means him wanting the investigation to be far, far away. Exactly. And what has come out in my reads is she's going to be found within a quarter mile of that home. Okay. So I agree, Hector Gorch, that he is trying, and he's tried to do this since the beginning. He's tried to change the narrative. He's trying to get us to believe his narrative. He wants investigators to start searching far away because I do believe that they have passed by where she is. If they would have had the dogs with them when they walked past there, the dog might have picked it up. So I'm assuming that the searchers that walked past and missed her did not have the dogs with them. I do believe she is within a quarter mile of that home. Susan Bordal said his father said she was inappropriate with his son. I believe that. Exactly. The boys were left alone. If we're to believe that video of Summer sleeping in the back in that tracksuit leaning up against the milk, if we are to believe, like Candace is trying to get us to believe, that was the day of the swim, then where are the boys? Grandmother's there. Who's at home watching the boys? Who is at home watching the boys? So either the boys are home alone or Candace had somebody else there that she is not talking about that were watching the boys. Or that video is not from the day they went swimming. Yes, I noticed that too. I don't know. She's in a drainage pipe. I got that if she is below ground, it's very shallow. I did not get that she's in water. I got that almost like ground, but covered up. So I don't think like a grave wasn't dug. It's not something that it was dug. She was put somewhere and then covered up. So if there's like a shallow drainage pipe or something shallow that she was put in and then stuff thrown kind of like on top, almost making it look like it's growing out of it or something. You know what I mean? It's something along them lines. But I do not believe she's buried, and I do not believe she's very far below ground. The grandmother lived in a trailer 20 feet from their back door. People keep mentioning the flower bed. Believe me, you guys, it's not like you guys think. It's just a bunch of buckets with dirt in it with things planted in it. There's no way that she would be able to be in a flower bucket or anywhere near that house or trailer. Believe me, the dogs have been all over it. She's not in no flower bed. Yes, I believe it happened between the time she dropped off the 15-year-old and within probably an hour to hour and a half. So if she was dropped off at 2, I believe it happened before 3:30. I don't know about that. I haven't seen anything along those lines. And if that was true, then the police would have found her already and would have her. So I don't believe that to be true, that Candace put Summer in a well and that the 15-year-old told anybody that. Or they would have Summer's body right now. So like when we're looking at stuff that's out there on the internet, you guys, you got to use some common sense and think about what's being said. Like stuff like this, it's false things that are put out there and we jump on it because we want it to be true. And believe me, if that was true, Alyssa, and I'm not putting you down for saying this or putting it into chat. What I'm trying to explain to you is really pay attention to what's being said, okay? And use some thought in it and really think about what is being said. Because if the 15-year-old had told somebody, Candace put Summer in a well, they would have Summer's body right now. So that's how you can decipher crap from truth. Hey, sis. The mom looks like a hot mess. Yes. Can you check out what's going on here? I just put Brenda Foster's comment up. Something about David Cohen. Can you just check that out, please? Okay. Never mind. I just took care of it there. Right. And if there was an accident, why didn't they just call 911 and save her? Right? That's why I say there's something else that's happened. Amy says, easy. Say, well, she was running from kidnapper. If there was a kidnapper, I've shown the picture. It's like somebody would have seen or heard her being kidnapped. It's like 30 feet from where they were standing at the trailer, outside the trailer. Somebody would have heard her scream, etc. If she was running from a kidnapper, she would be screaming her head off. Ah! Yes, I agree, Samantha. I've seen a lot of creepy things with that video. Alicat says they're hill people. They live a completely different type of lifestyle. Well, whether they're rich, poor, live in the city, live in the country, wherever you live, if there's a kidnapper coming at you, you're going to yell and scream. Believe me. Brenda says, what time did the dad go to work and where does he work? He worked, I believe somebody said it was like almost an hour away, Jonesburg or something like that. And apparently he left that morning. Green eyes, exactly. I do not believe that that video that they showed was of the day of the swim. I agree again. Friseris. It doesn't make sense that the boys would want to stay home on a beautiful day and not go, especially if the neighbor boy went. Right. Well, it wasn't a neighbor boy. It was a friend of the mother's son. And he lived apparently 30 minutes away from the wells. I did time him out, Kim. So, Des, if you can watch for this guy coming back in, if he starts up again, please just block him. Right? I agree, Melvina. Crap. Keep getting something wanting to restart my computer, you guys. Okay, so Don keeps saying the kidnapper took Summer way far away because he wants Ellie to focus away from that land their home sits on. Exactly. Yes, it's been up near 100 degrees where I am in Canada. It's been like in the high 80s. Oh, crap. I just zoomed by a bunch of... I'd be screaming, where's my daughter, Summer? I will not give up. I agree, Candalee. So the grandma wasn't there. If the 15-year-old was assaulted, grandma was never there. I did touch on that, Lolo. I don't believe so at all. You can rewind. I do cover that in the beginning part of this video. Dawn is the only one that said they passed the polygraphs, and I don't believe it for 1 minute. Dawn has tried to steer the narrative since day one. So if they did take polygraph tests, I'm telling you right now, they did not pass. Ellie may be letting them think that they did, but I believe that law enforcement has got a lot of good intel from those tests if they were done. I agree. I believe that they are getting all the circumstantial that they can get. I believe that they have done their utmost and done everything they can to try and find Summer. But I do believe that they will have enough circumstantial to arrest. Yes, the father is always pointing the law enforcement away from the house. Harmony says, in Florida, it's been like 190. I swear it feels like it. I believe you. Oh my gosh, Laura. Oh my gosh. Whoa, I just got slammed again here. Okay. Hello, Sandra S. from Toronto. That's where I am at in the messages right now. Yes, and I believe law enforcement would have those texts. Jan wants to know what time Dawn went to work. I believe he probably left sometime in the morning. I agree, Tracy. Absolutely, Justice Seeker. Kay Ellis says yes. And you know what? Law enforcement is letting them believe whatever they want to believe at this point. Vanessa, I did post that. It's at the beginning of this video. Kelly Ann Garber says, do you think the 15-year-old had anything to do with it? No, I do not believe he had a thing to do with this. Absolutely. Nope, no way they passed. And I do believe that they're, like I said, they are watching them 24/7. There's always somebody there watching them. So that's, and Candace, it's funny because Candace says in one of her interviews, I think it was the typed one with Unmasked, she says she doesn't let the boys go outside and play. No, she doesn't let the boys go outside and play because she doesn't want the boys talking to the law enforcement that's out there watching them. Like, I'm not stupid here. Like, Candace, nobody's stupid. We know exactly why you're not letting the boys go outside, because the police are there watching 24/7. You do not want those boys talking to law enforcement. That's right. And there's no emotion. I didn't see one tear from either one of their eyes about Summer being gone. Yes, that's the video that we are talking about, Mystic Firefly. That I don't believe that that video is from the day they went swimming. I think that there will be an arrest within the next week, within the week. Absolutely. Law enforcement is letting them believe whatever they want to believe at this point. Aw, thank you, Alley Cat. I'm sorry if I missed anybody's comments. It keeps taking off on me, the chat. Ruth, I don't think that they said anything to them. Just, you're good to go. Right? It's also, if you guys go over and check out Unmasked, she has it in written form, the questions, and then Candace's answers. So if grandmother had to go to the ER in the morning because of her knee, grandmother, why are you out planting flowers and everything and walking around and whatever if your knee was so bad that you had to go to ER? And why would she go swimming? You see the path in the video that she would have had to walk down. So I don't believe that that video is from the day at all. If they want the narrative to be believed, they are trying to keep the boys inside because if there's a kidnapper, it wouldn't be safe. They have police 24/7 at that house. So no kidnapper is going to go around where there's a police officer 24/7. So her saying that she's scared to let them go outside. Well, why would you be scared to let them go outside when there's a police officer out there 24/7 watching your house? You don't want the boys to go outside because you don't want them talking to the police and maybe giving something up. There are two that I get information from. Some of it I cannot release right now, and some of it I have. Exactly. And in that video, her hair doesn't even look the same. Exactly. Alley Cat, the only one that has brought it up is Dawn. When a reporter brought it up to law enforcement, they would not comment on it. Willow, your original read said that she disappeared before she was reported missing. Do you still think that's the case? Absolutely. I think that she went missing between the time that the 15-year-old was dropped off and about 3:30. Give me a second, you guys. I've got somebody coming to my door for a delivery. Just give me a minute, please. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. Okay, so Tector Gorge says, I live in Hawkins, CO. Beach Creek is isolated, quiet area. They would have heard a car drive up the road. Dogs would have been barking. Yes, and also with that, you guys, if somebody's out to abduct a child, they're not going to go to a home where there's adults right outside. And this looks like a type of property that, unless you knew it was there, you wouldn't even see it. So I don't believe this. And it was a dead end. It was like a little side kind of road. I don't believe the story at all. Yes. Like I said, the hair looks totally different from the day she was swimming and in that video. So that video is not the day that they went swimming. Oh my gosh, I'm so far behind in chat, you guys. Yep. Ziggy, I agree. I also agree with this. 2 to 4 minutes is not enough time to come up the driveway, go in, grab her, walk down the driveway. The dogs would not let that happen. Not only that, it would have taken her 2 to 4 minutes just to get down in the basement. There's another thing. The rain on the windows. It didn't rain that day. Oh, thank you, Lori. I do try and keep everything only verified. I know there's a lot of things out there that people are saying. There's a lot of rumors. There's a lot of speculation. I try to only say things that I can verify. 15-year-old would have been questioned if that's true. I believe the 15-year-old has been questioned. And I think he's given some good information and some good leads. Yes, the hair is absolutely different in that video than it is from when they were swimming. Yes, Tiffany, I agree. Ellie is playing with them at this point, letting them believe that they are out of the woods. Believe me, if they were not suspects, LE would come out and say that parents are not suspects if they weren't. Because you got to believe that law enforcement is watching everything, right? Social media included. And they see the backlash that this family is getting. They would not allow that to continue to happen if they felt the parents were innocent. Right. Yes, I do believe that the boys know what happened. Yes, and by what I've already put up, there was a comment made by the 15-year-old in an interview that he did with his parents that she sexually molested and abused him after the swimming incident. Yes, I don't think the red truck has anything to do with her going missing. Hello, J Patrol. If they did take polygraphs, I thought it took time, a few days to read those. No, whoever's doing the polygraph knows as the test is happening if they are lying or not. it shows up on their screen. I don't think they can outright lie, but I think they can bend the truth a little. Every law enforcement agency does it with interrogation. A reporter said it was not confirmed that Summer went swimming that day. The video is not confirmed it was made on that day. Only cops know. It has been confirmed that they did go swimming. It's been confirmed by the 15-year-old. Somebody said that Mom went in and deleted those TikTok that she gave Unmasked. Well, TikTok has it. Unmasked has it. So she can go and delete it off of her TikTok all she wants. Unmasked has it. Yeah, I don't buy it either. Mystic Firefly says the father is fixated on sex traffickers. Summer could be shoved inside one of those seats. No. If Summer was on that property, I can guarantee you that they went over that whole property, the cars, anything around that trailer and house. The police have gone over with dogs. If they were in a car or in a planter or under the trailer, believe me, the dogs would have hit on it. Oh, I just lost my spot again. Okay. That's funny, Sandra S. Thank you for that. Dawn said, apparently they say they have two persons of interest. Yeah, Candace and Dawn. Yes, so there was the comment made by the 15-year-old was put out days and days ago about Candace giving him twisted tea. Then when this guy went down there a couple days ago or yesterday, whatever it was just recent. It was after the 15-year-old already made the statement that he was given alcohol. There was somebody who went down there afterwards and yes, twisted tea. And he specifically said twisted tea. So, and then this guy goes down there and finds the twisted tea cans. So either that's proof that that was from them, from the day they went swimming, or somebody planted it there. I'm leaning more toward, and I don't, if that was from them, I don't know why law enforcement wouldn't have taken those cans to fingerprint them. It's not, I'm kind of up in the air on that. So that's why I haven't really mentioned a lot about that, because I don't know why law enforcement wouldn't have gone and gotten those cans. I don't get what you're asking here. Did the 15-year-old say if anyone did car on Summer? I don't get what you're saying there. Yes, and her swimsuits are different. My chat just took off on me again, you guys. We can only wait and see, right? But I do think that there is an arrest coming. Exactly, Tracy. And I do believe that she's going to be found within a quarter of a mile of that property. And Mario says, I believe something happened in the lake. A lot of people are thinking that it happened at the lake. But if you're going by what the 15-year-old says afterwards, she was still fine. They left the lake. She was in the car at 2 p.m. or 2:30 p.m. when he was dropped off. And he said that she was fine at that point. So I hope so, Mystic Firefly. Nancy says, so how can Dad be boasting about passing the polygraph test? How can he be telling us what happened when he wasn't even apparently there? Right? Speaking out his butt. Let him believe whatever he wants to believe. He thinks that he is smarter than the average bear. Well, look at what happened to Bear Bear. He wasn't very smart either, and he thought he had law enforcement fooled. Bear Bear wasn't smart either. Bear Bear wasn't as smart as he thought either. I'm talking about Barry Morphew. And this is Barry Morphew number 2. Ah, there goes my chat again, you guys. I'm trying to scroll through slowly so I can read you guys' comments, and it just keeps taking off on me. And there goes good. Yes. So they said that Summer wanted her hair cut because Candace and the boys had shaved heads. And there was mention that Summer tried to shave her own head and really messed up the back, so they had to cut it very short because she messed it up in the back. And then he turned around and said, so then Candace shaved hers so Summer didn't feel bad. Well, wait a minute. I thought Summer wanted to shave her head because Candace and the boys had their head shaved. Which one is it? There's a lot of inconsistencies and a lot of red flags. Brenda says, how far is the boys' home to their home? It's a 30-minute drive. Art Anderson, where are my mods? If you don't like what's being said, Art, you can leave. Nobody is holding you here. This is my opinion and my opinion only, and the opinions of my subscribers. If you don't like it, please find another channel to go to. Okay, where are my mods? Okay, you guys, I'm going to have to go through this a little bit more carefully because I don't know if my mods are in here or not. I agree, Beverly. Okay, thank you, Des. I just timed out a bunch of people because their comments were just off the wall. And if you want to come in here and attack me, make it good because you're going to be blocked from the channel. Yeah, I've also wondered that too, Kat. If Dad was an hour away, how did he arrive before the police? Yes, Tector, and I said that I did put a comment up there that he had said that after the apparently Summer going under the water and him grabbing her out, that apparently the mother molested him after that. So he wanted to go home. Well, thank you, Jenna Lee. The 15-year-old lives 30 minutes from the Wells home. Random barn cat. Anything is possible. Harmony, apparently there is a video out, him and his parents giving a statement. I just haven't been able to find it. And it's harder for me to find these things from Canada. So if any of you can find it, let me know and drop me an email. With the link. Des, if you can put up my email, that would be great. No, absolutely not. It wasn't the same day. And as another subscriber had pointed out earlier, there was rain on the car and it didn't rain that day. So that video of her sleeping in the back against the milk jugs, there was rain on the windows. It didn't rain out there that day. Yep. Green Eyes, I have not heard that at all because there was just a video of them together yesterday. So I think that is false. Yeah, that's kind of... Did he make that statement, Kim? So even the 15-year-old parents admitted they were swimming. When they find her, she has on the gray pants and pink top. Then that means she changed her, so Ellie wouldn't put it together. Yeah, there's a lot of inconsistencies. Casey says, does that sound like the grandma in the car videoing Summer sleeping on the milk? That video isn't even from the same day, so that's another distraction that Candace is putting out there. Oh, thank you, Carolina. I appreciate that. Yeah. And even when the parents are speaking in their interview, there's not one tear shed. Thank you, everybody who has subscribed. Please, if you haven't, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Please hit the like button. I'm going to be staying on top of this. I'm going to go searching for more information on this, and I will bring it to you as I get it. So please hit that notification bell so you're made aware when I go live again. Oh, let me see. If you have VPN on your computer security like I have Norton, you can change your location to the United States and you should be able to access the news here. Oh, thank you for that, Priesteris. Thank you. I will check that out. But like right now from Canada, it's very hard for me to get a lot of things. A lot of things are blocked for us. Okay, thank you, Des. Yeah. The mother had 2 weeks. 2 weeks of being told. Of being told what to say, what not to say. Okay, so Johannesburg is about an hour away, and that's where the dad was apparently working. Yes, I agree, Justice Janie, and thank you for being here. No emotion at all. Yes, we are very thankful. Thank you, darling. Happy to be here. Thank you, Free Thinker, for being here. Yes, they seem very detached. Very detached. Not even a single tear. Well, thank you, Nancy. Yes, I hope we get another press conference too, very soon. Yes, and Morphew did the same thing, and look what happened. So have faith, you guys. Yeah, and they still couldn't get it straight. Absolutely. Yes, Betty Boop, I do believe that. Yes, some YouTubers call the 15-year-old boy Macbeth. Wow, really? Okay, so apparently they just did a news update and there's no new news. Well, a good attorney would tell you not to lie. Yes, I agree. I agree, Tracy. But that's to our benefit. Yes, since even some of the religious rhetoric that Don has spewed from his mouth, he should be ashamed. But anyway, when he got up at the vigil and the first things out of his mouth was, "Please forgive us for our sins." What sins are you talking about, Don? Please enlighten us what sins you're talking about, because we would like to know. Sammy Gee, I just want to let you know a lot of country people are very strong people. I was a country girl for a while. Not everybody's going to show their emotion. Hillbillies are very strong people, and a lot of them don't cry. They get revenge. Thank you. And that's exactly what I think they did on Little Summer. They got revenge. I think Candace got revenge for something. And I think Candace was very jealous. Just like Candace's mother was very jealous of Rose and Rose goes missing. I think Candace was very jealous of Summer and Summer goes missing. History repeats. My opinion only. Absolutely. Sometimes they're told not to show any emotion. Well, I'm telling you, if my daughter was missing, and I have 2 daughters, and if this would have been my daughter, there's no way you could have consoled me. I don't care what you tell me. Do not cry. Are you kidding me? I would be an emotional wreck. I would be bawling my eyes out. There would be no stopping me. I know when my nephew passed, he was 4. It was 2 years ago. I still cry. Yes. And you can ask my sister, Des, during D Dauntless Detours. I still can't talk about my dog that passed away 4 years ago. So I can't even look at her pictures yet. And that was 4 years ago. So I'm not saying everybody reacts the same, but I'm telling you, if your little girl is missing and you have no idea where she is or what happened to her, tears would be streaming down your face. Yes, and I mentioned that as I was showing the video. She looked disgusted that her kids woke up crying over Summer being gone. Like, why? What? Like, do a face. Like when somebody's telling you something that you're totally disgusted by. What would your reaction be? Like a comment back to them. Like your face would scrunch up, your lip would go up, your eyebrows would go up, and it's like, ew, like, you know, and your face kind of gets pulled back towards your neck. That's exactly what she did. She was disgusted. It was deleted because it wasn't of that day and she was caught. It was proven that it wasn't, well, as far as I'm concerned, it's been proven that that TikTok, that video that she put out saying that that was the day Summer went missing, I think we blew it out of the water. Kim, I'm so sorry for the loss of your son. Exactly, though. I know exactly what you're saying. I'm so sorry for your loss, Kim. Our hearts and prayers go out to you. Melanie, so many here. We lost our 8-year-old 17 years ago, and I still tear up when I see her pictures. Exactly. Oh my gosh, you guys. Aaron, I'm so sorry for your loss. So we've got parents that are in this room that have lost kids, and they're telling you. And these people are from all different kinds of walks of life. Yeah, and the eye roll and everything. It's like, ugh. It's like, oh. I don't care how strong of a person you are, and I'm a pretty strong person, but if your daughter or your son or your child is missing, you would be in tears. Exactly, Laura. Yes, the eye roll. It was like on top of the disgusting look on her face, it was the eye roll. It's like, Casey, I believe that there's going to be an arrest within the next week. Oh my gosh, you guys. Team Groundbreaking, I'm sorry for your loss. So many in here that have lost a child and can relate. And, you know, when you see somebody like Candace on there whose daughter is missing, and you show the look of disgust when you talk about your other children. Well, how about we talk about the one that's missing, Candace? Yes, I agree. Everybody grieves differently, but there is no way while your child is still missing that a tear wouldn't escape from your eye. And the look of disgust on her face when she talks about her boys waking up in the morning and crying and she, oh, I can't. I can't. Yes, she took down the post for a reason, because she was caught in another lie. Yes. Yes, I do. I did see that JJ51, and my comment to that was, well, if grandma went to, which I don't believe is true, that means you left your kids, your 3 boys alone at home. I don't take it as arguing, Sammy. Like I said, everybody is entitled to their opinion. My opinion is very strong on this, and I just hope that this comes to a head soon. And I didn't yell at you. I did not yell at you. But there is no way in hell that somebody would not shed a tear and look so disgusted when mentioning the boys and how they're crying for their sister. She looked totally disgusted at it. And Dawn didn't know a thing about missing Sister Rose. Nope. Interesting. Yes. Please say some prayers and show some love. I'm lost about the horse. What's up with the horse? Tanya, there's not anything in this case to giggle about at all. But that I did giggle at. It's like the horse photobombed their update. No. The boys, I don't believe, are old enough to be left alone way out in the country. And if they were left alone, why didn't the abductor that was supposed to be there, just hiding in the bushes or whatever, see that these boys were left alone? Why didn't they abduct them? There was no adults there if the grandmother left too, right? So wouldn't they have been an easier target than an abductor that's hiding and abducting a child that would have screamed if somebody would have tried to abduct her with 2 adults there? No, it doesn't make sense at all. Sammy Gee, I agree with you. Not all people grieve the same, but what are they grieving? Like, if they believe that Summer could still be alive, they wouldn't be grieving, right? You would be worried and scared, like Dawn had said. If you're something, we just want her back, but whatever it was that he was saying. Grieving is one thing. When you know your child is gone, not coming home, dead, whatever, yes, people grieve differently. I agree. But when you still have your child, if your child is still out there, you don't know where they are, they could be being hurt, all these things that would be going through your mind, and not one tear escape your eye. That's what I have the problem with. I didn't say that I don't agree that everybody grieves different. I do agree with that. But they're not grieving yet, right? Because they don't believe that summer's gone for good. They still have some indication that she might be found, right? So I'm going to leave it at that. No arrests in the West case, however, children were removed. Yes, I do hope Rose and Summer have found each other. I agree. And like I said, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I'm stating my opinion. Yes, and they were speaking of her in past tense. Exactly, Angie. That's what I was trying to come across. In Native American, we see the horse's strength as a strong connection to spirit. Summer broke loose from the reins of her oppressor. I agree. And that's what my issue is they seem more concerned about themselves than they do about Summer. Yes, she looked higher than a kite. Yes, Melanie, I agree. That's the question, Kat. I don't know. Yes. Yes, I'm concerned about that too. Tim Miller, I wish we could. He just went for a huge surgery. I think it was like a heart bypass or something like that. He ended up in hospital not long ago. So you're very welcome, Samantha, and thank you for being here. Yes, I think the horse is a sign too, although I did find it funny that the horse photobombed the update. I do believe that it's a sign. Of course, everyone doesn't grieve the same. No, everybody grieves differently. However, you shouldn't equate one's being strong because of the absence of emotion or grief. I think it takes a great deal of strength to show it. Exactly. Slinky Moon. Okay, remember Johnny Ghost? His mother never stopped. I haven't heard of that case. I'll have to look that up. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, surprising. I agree. Okay, Sammy, you're beating a dead horse now. Please stop. I've addressed it. I have apologized to you if you took it that way. But please stop now because now you're just trying to start some drama, I think. Everybody is entitled to grieve the way they grieve, and I stated my opinion on it. But please stop now because it's getting old. No problem, Candace Stone. I don't know. I think I might, but we will see. Okay, and Duz is having some issues with her phone. Yes, it's not just the parent's absence of emotions, it's all the lying. Yes, I agree. Sorry, you guys, I just had a coughing spell there, so. 3 Hens and a Baby. I may do another one. Yes, Candace also has 2 other children who were adopted. I'm so sorry, you guys. I am hacking and coughing here. My allergies are through the roof with all this rain we've been getting. When asked on a recorded telephone call, though, Dawn stated the boys didn't seem to be bothered much. Yeah, I remember that, Suzanne. Thank you for sharing that and reminding me of that. But yet Candace says something very different, right? Lots of red flags. Thomas, the horse is trying to get his fur. That's a kid from those lunatics. Red Thickhound says, have they checked the old Presserman area? I have no idea. I haven't heard anything on it. Dawn first said the boys was taking it shockingly well. Yeah. Oh. Okay, we got Des back. Yes, Rose had custody of Candace's two first kids at some point. I remember reading something about that, but I don't remember where. And then she went missing, so yeah. Yes, thank you, Miss Slinky Moon. Yes, I do remember reading something about that too, that he had said that, and it's like, wow, that's odd. I have Carla been to the doctor. This is all allergies. I am asthmatic too. And right now I've got, we got some water in our basement. We've had several storms and the must and mold is really choking me out. But yes, I have been checked and I am good. But thank you for that. Thank you for your concern. Red Hat Maddie above. I'm curious if you follow this case affects your ability to conduct. No, it doesn't. That's why when I do my initial reads on any case, I don't want any information. It's a cold read. I basically know the name of the person, maybe the age, if they're missing, whatever, but I don't get any details. I ask specifically. I know there's some in here that I don't know if she's still in here, but there's a few that are in here that I have done reads for, and that's what I tell them too. If you want a private read, that's fine, but please do not give me any information. Give me the basic necessity. That's it. Like if you want a read regarding your significant other, his first name, that's it, you know. So all it does is once, you know, I do know a lot about the case now, it just makes me understand what I'm being showed more and how it connects. So thank you for that question, Red Hat. Patty Barnett says, I still pray for the parents. I have a very hard time not feeling compassion for them. And of course, praying for Summer's return. Yes, I agree to a certain extent with that, Patty. I mean, they're human beings. I do believe they need prayer. They do need prayer. Thank you, 3 hens and a baby. Thank you for subscribing. Yes, it is a devastating case. So thank you for that. That could very well be. Yes, Tammy, I agree. There was a lot of things that he said that, like, I couldn't believe came out of his mouth. You're a very welcome free thinker, and thank you for being here. Right? The 15-year-old never said anything about the grandmother being there. Exactly. Thank you, Mrs. Sleeking Moon. Yeah, I actually need to get myself a dehumidifier because there was a lot of water that came in one section of the basement, and it's coming right up my basement door up through my vents and everything, and that's what's making me gag. It's the mildew and that awful basement smell. Plus, it's been very damp in that here. We've had a few good thunderstorms, and it's just bringing all the pollens, and I'm allergic to the grass, the whatever it is in the grass and the pollens and that. It's been horrific. My neighbor too next door, same thing, and she's a non-smoker. There we go. Thank you, Des. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. I think I've brought out pretty much everything that I can. Good morning, Anne. That's a very good possibility, Thomas. Very good possibility. Yes, I did, Suzanne, Miss Slinky Mom. Oh, I wish you could too, Suzanne. Oh. Yes, I've got it airing out right now. I've got all the windows and everything down there, and a heater. I know it's like 85 degrees here right now, but I did put some electric heaters down there and opened up the windows to get the water dried up. Like it's not on, like it's just the floor is all damp now in one end of the basement. Okay, so with that being said, you guys, I'm going to let you all get back to what you were doing. What do you think the sister meant by they tried setting her 15-year-old brother up? I don't know what she means by that, Linda. I can't speak for her, but it's something to think about, right? It is something that makes you go, If either of them were in chat. Yeah. Yes, I agree, you guys. Yes, the 15-year-old has apparently already told everything that he knows. We're talking about Don, the father, about him coming clean. I can't have any Lysol sprays, Lisa, because of my asthma. Yep, they've put themselves right dead smack in the middle of this. Olive leaf and elderberry. I'll have to look into that, Patty. Thank you. And Vanessa says, I hope they take the well comments seriously. I don't know if that comment was actually made by the 15-year-old. Random Barn Cat, thank you for this. Your voice has lessened my anxiety about this case. Aw, thank you. Glad I could help. Yeah, I think a lot of people have taken that horse as a sign. Exactly, Tracy. The horse's wooden pallet had a couch or a chair cushion on it. It just got away from a farmer leveling a field. That could very well be Hector, but it was just ironic, you know, how it happened and when it happened, when they were doing the update for Summer Wells, just to see that it was ironic. Samantha, thank you. We appreciate, well, I appreciate all of you too, believe me. So thank you for that. Here you go, Des. You got some hearts. Thank you, Anne's. Yeah, I'm glad she spoke too. And it is, I believe it's one step into that coffin. Yeah, I don't believe there was an abduction at all. There you go. Okay, so with that, you guys, I'm going to let everybody go. Get back to what you were doing today. I have a few things I have to do this afternoon. I've got to go and pick up some more inhalers. Obviously, you guys can tell by my coughing, and some more allergy med. So I've got to go and do that. And then I am going to do, I don't think I'm going to do it live, you guys. I think I'm going to upload the new stuff on the Valo Dayball case. Mark Means is going to play with the monkeys again. I will give you this. You guys are going to laugh. He wants to have more interaction and more involvement in this process that Lori is going through for her competency. Let that sink in. So for all of you following the Daybell Valo case, for Mark Means to state that he wants more involvement with Lori and wants to be more involved in this, bringing her back to competency, is crazy. Is crazy. No. Sweet Sativa. Mark Means wants to be more involved with Lori's stuff that's going on with her to bring her back to competency. Yeah, he wants to be intimately involved in her treatment. He also wants her cases to be dismissed because the Crown hasn't given him what he wants as far as disclosure. So I will try and upload that either later today or tomorrow. Okay, you guys? So for now, I do have to get going. But thank you all for joining us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your input. And I appreciate each and every one of you. So yes, circus has started again. So I love you too, Des, and we will chit chat later. Okay, so until the next time, you guys, again, please take care of yourselves. Please stay safe, and we will chat again soon. Bye-bye for now.